Hello and welcome back, my beautiful froggy army, to another video. Thank you so much for 900,000 subscribers. That is actually crazy. We're only 100,000 away from 1 million. It's very exciting. I'm very honored that 900,000 people have decided, yeah, like this person's good enough to watch. I'll click subscribe. So thank you so much. I really appreciate it. And I know that you guys love the baking and cooking milestone videos. I've done quite a few of them in the past, but it's been a minute since we've done one. I think the last one I did was maybe the Wendy cake. So I thought 900K is very exciting. It means we're so close to 1 million. So I wanted to make this one pretty exciting. Now you may or may not know that this item exists, but we've talked about it on live streams before. But there's actually an unofficial Animal Crossing cookbook that you can find on Amazon. It's really nice actually. It's hardcover. It's got pictures and recipes and all that stuff, like a, you know, like a normal cookbook. Of course I have to make the keroppi snack. Of course I have to. So hopefully this won't be too difficult. I don't think this is going to be like Wendy cake level bad, but we're working with fondant and doing these little details on the face, so there is opportunity for disaster. We'll give it a shot. But before we get into it, if you want to support me and the channel, the best way to do it, besides watching this video and all of my chaos and failures, you can like this video and subscribe to the channel. Help us get to 1 million. And check out my merch store. I do have a bunch of merch for sale. If you're interested in sporting some Froggy Crossing representation, check it out. But without further ado, let's get into this chaos. So here is the... Hello? Ma'am? Ma'am? That's just pots and pans in there. You don't want anything in there. I can't believe I'm catching this in the act right now. Peach! Peach, what are you doing? Okay, anyways. So here is the keroppi page, the recipe, the ingredients, and it says we need cake scraps or like make your own cake. We're just gonna use this. We need milk chocolate. I've got some milk chocolate chips. We need butter, that's in the fridge. White fondant, and it says 9 ounces. This is 8.8. I'm hoping that that's fine. The cats are chasing each other. Guys, what's going on? What's going on? We need 18 ounces of green fondant. I picked up this bad boy also at Walmart. And then we need a couple different food colorings. Here's the food colorings. And it says we need pastry bag tips, and we use those to like cut these details. I feel like I can do that on my own, but I do have some pastry bag tips. I just don't know if they're the right size, and I couldn't figure out how to measure them because they have these like specific measurements. But anyways, we're gonna get started by crumbling up the cake scraps into a bowl. All right, we've got our bowl and we've got our Market Side double chocolate iced cake, and we're just gonna crumble this in. I'm just gonna use my hand, hence why I have a glove. I just don't wanna wash my hands millions of times. Do you know the self-control it took to not eat any of this last night? Because I bought this yesterday. So much self-control. It smells so good. At least I get to eat it in keroppi snack form, you know? But okay, we're just gonna like kind of crumble it in the bowl like this. I feel like that's good. And it does have like a little layer of frosting on the top. I'm just gonna leave that on top because maybe that'll help the inside be like a little moist, you know? Even though I think we're adding chocolate to it. That might be kind of a lot of chocolate, but I don't know. I'm a big fan of dark chocolate. Milk chocolate's pretty good, but I really like dark chocolate. And I love... Hello? It's my cat slamming into the recycling. I think I'm realizing more and more lately that I just love stuff with fruit in it. Like I'll eat anything with fruit in it. I love pineapple on pizza. I've tried this burger that had grilled pear on it and it was so good. I love salads with fruit, like, you know, those salads that have like strawberries in them and stuff like that. Oh yeah. I mean, I love smoothies, but I don't think that counts. That's obviously fruit. I think fruit is just like one of the best inventions ever. This is looking and smelling so good. I would love to make like dirt cups with this. Okay, so here's what it's looking like. So the bottom of it got pretty fine, but there's still some big chunks in here, which are mostly the icing like this. And the icing just doesn't really crumble too much, but I think it'll be fine like that. Oh, that does not look good at all. We're gonna move on to the next step though, which involves microwaving the milk chocolate. I figured chocolate chips was gonna be the easiest to melt just because like they're smaller and I don't know, it just seems easier in my head. We're gonna do 1.5 cups, and I have a 1/2 cup measurement right here. I should probably do this over the counter if I was smart. And we've got our microwave safe bowl, although it is very scratched, but listen, it's a well-loved bowl, okay? So we've got 1/2 cup, yeah, 1/2 cup. And we do that much. So We have 1 cup and our final half cup for a total of 1.5 cups. That's a lot of chocolate. And now we place the chocolate in a microwave safe bowl and melt in 10-second intervals, stirring after each interval. After the first 10 seconds, literally nothing has ever melted, but I'll stir it anyway. I will follow the instructions to a T this time, I promise. Doesn't this kind of feel like cereal? Like I kind of just want to like, we're getting somewhere. It's at that stage where it's like, the more you stir it, like the more it melts, but it still could use like 20 more seconds in the microwave. Actually, it only needed 10 more seconds. There we go. Does this not look beautiful? I want to dip strawberries in this. So now we go ahead and pour this into the cake scraps. Delicious. Oh my goodness, yes. I don't even have to eat this chocolate right now, but like just simply microwaving it and melting it just like makes me happy. I don't know, like is there something about melted chocolate that like provides serotonin? I don't know. And then it says to add the butter, which is supposed to be room temperature. I may have microwaved it too long, but I think it's fine, right? And then we have to knead this by hand. Let me actually take off my bracelet because I'm scared that's gonna get caught in the crossfire. This is gonna be really messy. Oh, this is gonna be really weird. And also, I forgot this recipe doesn't just make one, because I was like, this is a lot of cake scraps for one keroppi snack, but it actually makes like 6. So we'll see if I end up making all 6. That kind of seems like a lot of fondant to mess with. All right, well, this formed a dough quite easily, so I think that should be fine. And then as the chocolate cools, it'll probably be even more firm. Yummy, look at that. This actually does not seem that appetizing, but it's fine. Okay, we actually have to divide this up right now, so let me put on another glove. All right, we've got a pan lined with parchment paper over here, and we're gonna divide this into 6 equal pieces. So let's see how we can manage this. I wish they had like measurements, like for how much each one should weigh. That would be really helpful, because otherwise it's kind of just, I don't know, it's kind of like a guessing game a little bit. Like, does that seem right? I don't know. I'm gonna try my best to make them all equal sized. I don't know, that one felt kind of hefty compared to this one. Okay, there we go. There's our cake balls finished. I think I got them mostly the same size, except I think that one's the biggest one, but it's fine. So these go in the fridge for 30 minutes. So that was all the easy part. Now we're moving on to the difficult part, which is working with the fondant. So I'm opening up the white fondant as per the recipe, and we have to work with this in our hands until it's soft, which I hope will be manageable, because this literally feels like a brick right now. I know people like hate fondant as well. There's a whole like fondant hate club. So if you don't like fondant, tell me in the comments. I want to hear your worst rant about fondant. Like, just lay into it. I want to hear you say why it's so bad and how much you despise it. Just let me know in the comments. Let some of it out. This is a safe space. So what we have to do is make some little eyeballs for our keroppi snacks. So we're gonna make some little approximately hazelnut sized eyeballs is what the thing says, the recipe. I don't know the size of a hazelnut. I wish they would have picked something else. I think we're gonna go roughly this size. I think that's good. And of course somebody's mowing their lawn right now. Why? Why? All right, so there's our 3 eyes, looking fantastic. And now we've got some more, and we're gonna use some food coloring and dye these bad boys. So we're gonna do 1 orange, 1 pink. I don't remember keroppi snacks having like orange on their blush. I'm gonna start with, 3, at least for the orange. I think I'm gonna do 2 for the pink, because this is like neon pink. Actually, I'm just gonna start with that. I definitely could have just bought orange and pink fondant. I don't think I had to do this. Besides, how am I gonna get this to not look like an orange creamsicle pop? It just looks like a creamsicle with like swirls of white in it. I feel like this is the best it's gonna get. It's not too bad, I guess. Now onto the pink. This one got a little bit crusty, honestly. That's okay. I think kneading it with our hands will bring it back to life. All right, the sun is kind of going behind clouds, so we're turning on the kitchen light, but here's the fondant. We ended up with the pink. It's not as baby pink as I wanted, but it's fine. And here's the orange. So the next step is to roll these babies out and flatten them with a rolling pin. And then we're gonna cut out the little blushy little details with these. I put some parchment paper down right here, and I put water underneath it to hopefully help it like stay in place, because that's my thing with like rolling things. It's this. It's like I try to roll something and the whole like parchment paper thing just comes up, you know? Like I can't stand that. It's so annoying. I might just do it on the counter. I just washed the counters anyway. I cleaned them, okay? Like it's fine. I can't take it. I really can't. Like just stay still, you know what I mean? So we're gonna get this as flat as possible. All right, this is pretty much rolled as flat as possible, I think. So they want us to use like one bigger piping tip and like use this to cut out little shapes, and one smaller one. The ones that I have, that's a pretty significant difference, so I think mine's gonna look a little weird, but we're gonna make do. We're gonna just cut out, how many is this? 6? No. Yeah, 6. 6 little pieces. You know what? Fondant is kind of fun. I'm gonna say it. And you know what? I'm gonna cut out some extras just in case, because I foresee there being a reason for me to need extras. Now one is just stuck in here. What am I supposed to do about that? I guess just, yeah, okay. And there's all of our perfectly cut little blushies. Look at that. I'm excited. I feel like this might actually turn out well. Will this be the nicest looking baked good here on the channel in history? All right, I think that's looking good. So we'll go ahead and cut out some little extra blushy marks. All right, let me pick this up. Ooh, almost all of them came off nicely except for this one. Next up, we gotta make some black fondant for the eyes and the mouth. So what we're gonna do is I'm just gonna take the rest of the pink and I'm just gonna add black food coloring to that. So the only one that I could find at Walmart was this little like pot of it. Since it's in the pot and it doesn't have like a little squeezy thing, I'm just gonna take a toothpick. I'm gonna dip it in, and then I'm just gonna take that and put that on top, because I don't wanna risk like pouring that and like putting black food coloring everywhere. There it is. There's our pink, soon to be black fondant. I feel like a scientist right now. I'm gonna add some more. I feel like it is looking a little gray. Okay, I added even more black dye, and I think that's starting to look a little bit better. It's starting to cover the pink. So we do need this to be pretty solid in its color, you know what I mean? Okay, I think this is the best we're gonna get. It still has like almost a purpley or bluish hue, I feel like, or maybe it's just me, but we're just gonna leave it at that. It's small details anyway, it's fine. We actually just make this into a really long skinny snake. And that's it, we just make a little snake. Okay, I think this is the best that we're getting. I'm gonna use my sharpest knife, which is probably a bad idea, on the counter. And we're gonna cut little segments of this to make the mouth. Okay, that was only enough for 2 mouths, but we'll figure it out. I'm gonna fix the edges of these. And I'm just gonna quickly roll out another long skinny strip to make more mouths. All right, final mouthpiece is done. That one looks really crumbly. I'm not gonna question it. For the eyes, I'm just gonna make like little tiny little balls like that and just like flatten them slightly. And I think that'll be fine. Next step, we gotta flatten this out. Oh my God. Ugh. Why is that so difficult? This is pretty green. The keroppi snack is not this green. Hopefully it lightens up a little bit with my kneading. Otherwise, we're just gonna have a really green keroppi snack, which, whatever, that's fine, I guess. All right, this seems sufficiently kneaded, so we'll attempt to start rolling this out. Just finished rolling out the dough. I'm gonna pull out the little cake balls from the fridge. They're looking good. This has gotta be enough for 2 of these, right? Like, I could maybe even do 3, but I don't think so. I think we can make it work. I think we can do 2. I'm gonna go ahead and slice just like that. All right, so ball number 1, we put the fondant on. And here's gonna be the tricky part. I don't know how to do this. We at least want to get it smooth on like one side, right? I think that's the goal. At least like the front. Something like that. Try to put the excess on the sides. I don't know. What are you supposed to do? This looks so bad. I think I just did too much. Oh, we're gonna try a different one, except this one is gonna not have so much, maybe. So I'm just gonna slice. We'll go ahead and pick that up. important part is we get the front smooth. You get the front smooth. Back can look terrible. That's fine. We don't care about the back. No, we do not care about the back whatsoever. Yeah, this seems like a lot of extra fondant. Can I just like quickly slice some of this off? Well, what do we think? I think that's more acceptable. Back is a disaster, but again, who cares? I think we can get one more out of this. I think this is the perfect amount. We'll just go ahead and slice it on up. All right. We got this. Remember the technique? Push it all to the back, push it all to the back. I'm literally gonna cut off so much excess because I put way too much. All right, we're kind of getting it. I think I can salvage the first one. With these new techniques that I have just learned, I think we can make this one work. All right, we're on the final stage, which is just taking all of these little details and putting them on these. So we're gonna see how it goes. There's also these little eyeball pieces that are on the keroppi snack. I can see them in the picture, but they did not tell you to make them, so I just quickly made them. We're gonna try our best here. I'm actually gonna work on this one first. This one's calling to me, so it looks like from the picture, it's kind of like a third of the way down the face. They are right next to each other. Yeah, the eyeballs are pretty much touching. I don't think this looks right. Oh no. I'm gonna put the flat side of the eyeball, gently press everything together. Oh god. I don't know if this is gonna look like a keroppi snack. I'm just gonna be honest. Okay, let's do the mouth next. This doesn't look too bad. Hopefully the blushies will help. I feel like this is so much. You know what I mean? Like, I might just leave out the orange and just do the pink. That just looks weird. I don't know if you can see it, but it just looks weird. I'm only gonna do the pink. I'm making an executive decision. I'm sorry. You know, this doesn't look terrible, but I feel like it also just still looks weird. I don't know. Okay, hopefully pupils will save it. Pupils save us. I can even get it to stick. Please. It does not stick. What if I get my finger wet a little bit? Oh no, now the color's bleeding. No. Stay. Okay, but it worked. Come on. I believe in you, please. Yes. It worked. He looks cross-eyed, but it worked. On to the next one. All right, I feel a little more confident. Oh, you're gonna see everything back here. Just don't look at that. I feel like these actually don't look anything like a keroppi snack, but it's mainly because of the dark green. I feel like that just really makes it look weird. I don't know how I got all this to stick. You know what? I'm gonna try water for the eyeballs as well. Come on, slippery eyeball. Kind of works. Okay, the other one's gonna need it. Otherwise, it's falling off. Watery eyeballs. The fondant is cracking. Oh, this one looks really, really bad. What do you think so far?
Oh, that looks really funny.
Okay, but this is the good one.
I like it. That's very cute.
Did I do a good job?
Yeah, you did.
Thank you. Last blushy. This one looks so bad. I'm gonna turn him around. Don't even look at him. Okay, eyeball, other eyeball. Oh, I feel like this one's really cursed also. Help. Okay, mouth, save us. Okay, blushies. Go, get in there. Oh no! An eyeball fell off. We have a rogue eyeball, help. All right, let me get these plated up for you and we'll do our final overview. Friends, subscribers, people who just randomly clicked on this video and you have no idea who I am, I would like to welcome you to the final part of today's video, the keroppi snack reveal. Listen, I'm not a baker. I have never worked with fondant a day in my life, so I think with that in mind, I did an okay job. These are okay. They're fine, I think. I'm trying to decide which one's my best one because I thought it was the first one, which is this one. This one was the one who lost the eyeball. But I think this one is actually the cutest, even though he looks like he's looking in two opposite directions. So I think that is the one that we will crown King Keroppi. I just put him on a little green paper plate and cut it so it looks like a lily pad. That way it has more of the vibe, you know? But I think I did okay. This was honestly not really any baking. I didn't even turn on the oven, but the fondant was really different to work with, I'll say the least. But yeah, there's There's our handsome keroppi snack. But I know what you're all thinking. What does it taste like, Raven? What does it taste like, Raven? Let's find out. I think it's obvious which one needs to be sacrificed. He lost his eye again. Oh my god. You know, for dramatic effect, I'm gonna take out my big boy knife. I'm sorry, keroppi snack, but you must answer for your crimes. I'm gonna go ahead and cut it right here between the eyes, right between the noggin. Ooh, this is kind of hard to cut. Interesting cross section here. So we've got a nice, the eyeball, I can't. We've got a nice layer of fondant on the outside, and we've got the cake on the inside. This does not want to stay up, whatever. The inside is pretty hard. I would like for this to be a little bit like more warm. That way it's not like super hard from being in the fridge, but we'll go ahead and take a bite. We'll go ahead and do a little taste test. That's not too bad. Ooh, really sweet. Not too bad though. I kind of wish the texture on the inside was a little more like dry, cakey, but I understand it has to be kind of like cake pop type texture for it to be able to be rolled into balls. It's not bad, and the fondant is actually pretty good. It's not like hard or crumbly or chalky or anything like that. It's pretty sweet. I could probably only do a few bites of that, not because I'm like an anti-sweets person, but like it's more rich than too sweet. I think the cake ball in the middle is a little too dense for me. So solid like 6 out of 10, like with a glass of milk, like some almond milk to wash it down would be a lot better. So that's gonna be it for this video. I really hope that you enjoyed it. Honestly, I don't think this went that bad. I think I did an okay job. I'm just gonna be real. I think this was probably the best thing that I've made for a baking video on this channel ever. It came out decent. There wasn't any big fails, I don't think. And that probably has something to do with the fact that I didn't bake a single thing or turn on the oven or anything. I hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you so much again for 900,000 subscribers. I'm gonna send all of you a homemade keroppi snack. But thank you so much for joining me on this journey. I'm so glad that you're here. And if you are new here, please subscribe. Help us get to 1 million subscribers. I had so much fun. So thank you so much again for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.